Hey guys, this is Oscar Xavier and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a full face or mostly full face of brand new products that I've gotten recently. So if you guys want to stay tuned, grab a snack and stay along for the ride. Let's see what it's all about. All right, let's get started, guys. So I already went ahead and prepped my skin. As you can see, there is a beautiful glow. Moisturized, did the whole 9 yards with that. Always make sure to have a good base for your makeup. So to get started, we are gonna go ahead and go with the Too Faced Hangover Primer on our skin. It is a little pump squeezy tube, which is pretty interesting. I haven't seen one of these for a primer before. But I am just gonna go ahead and just do a couple little pumps and just kind of dab it all over. And this is more of a moisturizing primer. It does have a coconutty scent to it, which is very, very nice. A little tacky, not bad. It feels really, really good, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows off camera. I am gonna be using the Benefit Cosmetics Precision My Brow Pencil. I did go ahead and fill in my brows a little bit. I don't go all crazy with them just because I do already have fuller brows, but I just went ahead and deepened up the corners, got them a little bit sharper and fuller. We are gonna use this brand new foundation out on the market. It's the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I was lucky enough to have one of my friends let me borrow this for this video, and I am excited. This is like plastic. If I open it up, it is more like a drop foundation. I guess like it's like a squeezy tube. I know that with my Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, I use 2 pumps to get my full face. I am gonna go in with my Real Techniques sponge and see how it looks. So went ahead and got a little dab right there. I don't really ever go and get matte foundations because of the fact that I feel like they're a little too drying for my face, but I heard good things about it already, so let's see if this foundation will change my mind. But overall, I mean, this is supposed to be a full coverage foundation, so let's go ahead and see. We're gonna pat that in. Pat, pat, pat in. So I don't say it's as full of a coverage, but overall, I mean, it's very, very pretty. And it is evening out my skin tone, which I am not mad about. I do see that it's more of like it's definitely a soft matte, just because of the fact that I don't see it very drying on my face. I did put a that primer. I see a couple little acne scars on my forehead, but overall, I mean, it's pretty good. We are gonna go ahead and add a little bit more to see how the coverage is and how buildable it is. Just a little dot. And I'm gonna put it over my problem areas. Definitely a buildable foundation. So it really just depends on how much you're gonna be using. Very nice finish. I'm actually kind of excited to see how all this turns out. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. I think I might have found my new foundation. Now that the foundation is on my face, we are gonna go ahead and go in with Benefit Cosmetics Boing Concealer. I got this in the color number 8. I think there's only like 12 shades, so this is one of the darker ones. So their shade range could go bigger, just saying. But let's go ahead and try it. So I am not the biggest fan of how small this doe foot is, but I've tried this once before already, and it was okay. But always do second chances on these. I mean, I already bought the product, so why not use it? Okay, let's see how this all blends out. It's very creamy. I'd say it's a thicker concealer, which I don't mind. And there is plenty of coverage on this too. As you guys can see, it's blending so easily onto this foundation. As you guys can see right there, it's already creasing, and I just put it on. So this definitely isn't a creaseless concealer, but overall looks great. To get this concealer set, I am gonna use the Anastasia Beverly Hills translucent powder. Look how freaking big this is. Like, it has 0.9 ounces of translucent powder in here. I've used this once also, so it is a newer product for me. It actually did a pretty good job the first time I tried it, and I did, I think, try it with this concealer. So I am just gonna go ahead and try it again. It is translucent, it doesn't have any color in it. It blends so easily from my first impressions. I'm gonna go ahead and dab my sponge and go ahead and just pat underneath to set that concealer. Make sure that there is no creases underneath because you don't want to set any creases. See, already creasing, and I just patted it again. Go on the other eye. And do you see how that white just disappears? And I just pat it so it can just melt in with the concealer. Overall, it does give me a smoother under eye. I'd still say that one of my favorites is gonna be the Maybelline Fit Me powder. Not bad. Sorry guys, like I said, I am brand new to this. I am still just starting off. I am gonna go ahead and set my forehead. So my reviews are gonna get better. I'm just starting with all this. I do like a lot of these products, and I do go in depth to see what the reviews are, how everybody else likes it. I actually found this at TJ Maxx for $12.99. So if you don't want to go and spend $38 on this, go to your local TJ Maxx. They might have it. They had so many available in the translucent, and I think Deep Peach was the other color. But I mean, this is a great powder for setting your foundation. So now that my face is set, we are gonna go in and try out a new palette. This is the Turkey palette by Focallure. And my friend went ahead and sent this to me so I can try it out. And it's a very pretty palette. It is very neutral in color. It does have a pressed glitter in here. A lot of neutrally colors. It's pretty evened out with the shimmers and the matte colors itself. It does have this iridescent glitter right here, which is so freaking pretty. I am gonna go ahead and dip into this color right here called Antela Museum, I think is what it is, which is just a transition shade, a neutral shade on the palette. There's a little bit of kickback, but nothing too crazy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just brush this all over. And I have never tried Focallure eyeshadow before. We are gonna see how this looks. Next color, since we are gonna go in with like that purpley, smoky, natural folly eyeshadow look today, I am gonna dip in to the color called Turkish Delight, which is gonna be this color right here. I'm gonna use the Jeffree Star Cosmetics X Morphe collection. This is the JS5. It's a little bit more tapered. There is kickback on this, but we're gonna dip in and put this in the crease. Blendability, really, really good. I'm just smoking it out now, using whatever is left of that color on this brush. I'm just kind of blowing it out as much as possible. But I mean, that color is very, very pretty. Ooh. It blended so easily. I'm impressed. So we are gonna do like a half cut crease moment. Pretty. And we're gonna dip into this darker brown color called Hazelnuts right here. I'm gonna deepen up that crease, but still keeping that color from the previous shade as the focal point of the look. I just want to give it a little bit more definition, I guess you could say. We're gonna deepen up this outer edge right here. Just gonna tap in that shadow. It's blending together super easily. Not having any issues with that at all. So now that we went ahead and put that shadow on, I am gonna go ahead and cut my crease. I'm gonna use the P. Louise eyeshadow base. I'm just gonna use the slightest, and I'm gonna use my favorite brush, which is the Luxie 246 Precision Crease Brush. I wanna use this color called Cotton Palace, which is the shimmery, chunkier glitter color right here. It doesn't have any chunks of glitter. It just looks chunky. I'm gonna use the Jeffree Star JS11 brush. Ooh, that does give you like a very metallic look to it. I'm gonna go ahead and just blend these two colors together. I'm just dipping into that hazelnuts color again, just so we can go ahead and get it a little bit more blended out. And like I said, these shadows are like easily blending together, which is super nice. For never trying a Focallure palette, it's very nice. Yeah, I do like the palette. I do want to give my brow bone a little bit of a highlight also right underneath there. I'm going to use that same exact color to go ahead and highlight my brow. Let me go ahead and get my pencil brush so we can go ahead and dip into an Avsa Island, which is this color right here. Just gonna go in this inner corner. Ooh, okay. Okay. I use a dry brush for these shimmers, and look at that. I could just imagine how they would be with a wet brush. I do want to go ahead and smoke out that bottom also. I'm gonna go in with the color Marmarise, which is next to that Cotton Palace color right here. So give me just a moment and we'll go ahead and smoke that bottom lash out too. Let me get a fluffy brush and we're just gonna go ahead and blend, blend, blend. I went ahead and did my waterline, put in the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Smoky Shadow in the color Black, I think is the color. I didn't use the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. This I've only used I think once or twice. I have really liked it. To go ahead and put some mascara on my eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and do the bottom also. I'm not gonna put any lashes because everything that I do have is super dramatic. I wanted just more something you can just wear out without having falsies on. And this mascara itself is actually doing pretty well at just separating the lashes and giving them some volume, length, I'd say. So I will be back with my other eye done, and we'll go ahead and get with the rest of the face. I am back with the second eye finished, so we are going to go ahead and go in with some bronzer to go ahead and get some more definition, a little bit of color on this face. This isn't a new product for me. I've had this for quite a while. It's one of my favorites, but it's a butter bronzer collection with Whaley, who is also a YouTuber. It just has a couple bronzers, blushes, and a couple highlighters. So I am going to go in with this bronzer right up here, which is the Deep Bronzer by Physicians Formula. And I'm just going to add some color to my face. And I do like doing the circular motions just because I feel like it just gives you more of an even distribution. And it does have a sheen to it. If you've used the butter bronzer before, you already know. It smells like coconuts also, which is just beautiful. Okay, now that I've bronzed and my nose is contoured, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of highlighter. I'm gonna be using the Ofra Cosmetics Bali highlighter, so it's a little bit more of a rosy gold tone. It's very pretty. I do like it on my skin tone. Let's go ahead and add some right here. So one thing while I'm putting this highlighter on, with that foundation, I don't see that it's really giving me that dryness that I normally see on matte foundations. It's actually very soft, matte, more of a naturally kind of finish. I don't know, I'm liking it. But look at that highlighter. If you guys are really into highlighter, into that glow, this is with the dry brush, just FYI, but you get a lot more of a bang, I guess you could say, when you do wet the brush a little bit, put a little bit of setting spray on it. But I am gonna be back. I am gonna use a new lip product that I found at the drugstore. It's Wet n Wild. Well, it does have a pinky tone to it, but I'd say very creamy. I got it for 98 cents, so not bad for a 98-cent lipstick from Wet n Wild. I actually never tried a Wet n Wild lipstick before. It does have good color. It goes very well with the rest of the look. Let me go ahead and finish it off with the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. So, ooh, that smells very coconutty too. Okay, so what I'm gonna say is the Nars foundation was a go. I think I am gonna go ahead and continue to use this. The Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation is one of my favorites, but I think this is also gonna be one of my favorites. I'd say that the foundation was good. The Boing Concealer by Benefit, it was okay. It does crease very, very easily, would be the one thing I would tell you. With the Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder, translucent, great, a very big container for it. I think it's almost 1 ounce, it's 0.9 ounce in here. The eyeshadow by Focallure, I'd say this is a must if you want this palette. I will go ahead and put all the links to the products below in my description. But this is awesome. For the price, I think it's like under 20 bucks, I'm sure. But if you're looking for just like a natural everyday palette, it does have 7 matte shadows, 7 shimmers, and it does have this pressed glitter that I'm still gonna be using at some point later on in a video. But it's definitely a palette that I am gonna be using quite often. Bronzer is just my everyday kind of bronzer. Highlighter too. The Wet n Wild lipstick, great, I like it. I don't know how long it will last, but other than that, I mean, I appreciate you guys coming to my channel and staying with me throughout this whole video. All the links will be down on the description. I will be posting once a week. So if you guys want to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, share the love with everybody else. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.